Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Stories Untold. I am your host, Euclidean Mind, and I'm joined by Boo.
Hello,
Hello, Boo.
hello.
We're going to be doing episode 2 of Stories Untold. Not episode 2, but the game's episode 2. This is Lab Conduct, and we're hopping into it now. Start.
This is subject 12-19-86-23, new session entry. We have myself, Dr. Alexander leading, assisted by Dr. Williams, and in the lab itself, our volunteer, Mr. Asian. We have artifact 23 in the chamber, recovered from crash site B. At the moment it appears inert, showing no signs of activity. Mr. Agent, instructions for each stage will come through to your terminal, and we need you to follow them exactly. Now, some of this may be unfamiliar, so always reference the manual on your terminal for guides on calibration and procedure. Once you've calibrated equipment to match our brief, the green light will flash, allowing you to trigger the experiment. One last thing. Ensure that any equipment non-essential to the current experiment is switched off. You cannot proceed until your calibration matches ours. When you're ready, let's bring this back.
Okay. So we gotta calibrate the machine. Okay. Experiment 1. Internal analysis. Subject J1986-MEM is enclosed in solid outer layers. X-ray the artifact to determine its internal structure. Okay. So we have the electromagnetic spectrum, the X-ray, the concentrated light, laser, acoustic resonance, drill press, safety instructions, equipment layout. So let's go one by one. Electromagnetic spectrum X-ray. Required apparatus. Has a camera, has a monitor set to X-ray. Charge CC86. Moving note CC86. X-ray device. TV input modes. R3, IR, XR. R3 is red, green, blue. It's full color. IR is infrared, and XR is infrared. X-ray. Okay. Manual. Concentrating light, laser. Required apparatus. LZR2 light generator set wavelength. Monitor Set red, green, blue. RGB. Light frequencies. RYGBV. 650, 570, 510. 455, 400. Acoustic resonance, resonant frequencies. Required apparatus, signal generator, set frequency and waveform. Amplifier set gain. Okay. Drill. Switch on. Ensure all other equipment except camera and TV are switched off. When ready, trigger sync master as normal to begin drill insertion. Shows drill orientation. Okay, safety instructions. Use safety goggles and gloves at all times. Do not leave the container unattended during experimentation. It is extremely dangerous to handle any items within the container. Please ensure your next of kin is updated at HR. As per agreement, follow the instructions exactly. So drill sits on top of the X-ray, which sits on top of the monitor, which sits on top of the sync master. Cameras on top of the test chamber. To the right, we have a TV unit. Underneath the signal generator. To the right of that is an amp, which sits on top of the laser. Press the keys bracket in the top menu to move between pages. Tab to roll over to the test chamber. The chamber, use your mouse cursor to select and interact. Okay. Signal generator, that's amplifier. That's our TV unit. These are monitors, sync master, X-ray monitors. There's none on here we can press. Okay, let's go back to this. X-ray the artifact. Determine its internal structure. Charge CC86 X-ray device. Okay. Let's go 400. And for this, we have to set to X-ray charge X CC86. Okay, CC86 is the X-ray machine. So camera, monitor, charge. Camera, monitor, and X-ray machine. So we gotta turn off all the other ones.
Okay, good work. The X-ray is coming through now. There's no visible damage to the surrounding organic material, and no signs of activity either. All output is flatlined. Okay, let's begin.
Experiment complete. New task. Okay, experiment number 2. Surface reaction attempt. Demonstrate the effects of laser light on the object. Try using a low-powered red laser to begin with. Required apparatus. We need the laser and the monitor. And red's at 650. Nope, we want that off. Monitor must be set to red, green, blue. We have to set wavelength. No. They forgot to say the camera's needed.
No reaction from first stage. Let's try a high frequency.
Experiment 2B. Surface reaction attempt. Demonstrate the effects of laser light on the object. Increase laser energy, use green. And we know green is 510.
Okay, we have a reaction of some sort here, a weak signal. Let's keep going. Increase again.
Okay, we're going to use blue. And we know that blue is 455.
Well, would you look at that? It seems we have a pulse. Rhythm is stable. There's no activity registering in the core. It's possibly damaged. Let's push further.
Experiment 3. Resonant frequency. Test the acoustic resonant properties of the object. Begin with generating a 250 Hz sine wave with amplifier gain set to 1. So we're going to use the video in signal generator amplifier. And we know monitors must be on. We're not using X-ray, we're not using drill. So we can turn off the laser. Common sense here. For this, $250 Hertz. Amplifier set to 1 gain.
Not much of a response. Updating the experiment now.
Experiment 3B, resonant frequency. Test the acoustic resonant properties of the object. We're going to increase to 500 Hertz. You're still using the sine wave. And we're going to bump the amplifier up to 5. gaining power. Yes, Dr. Frankenstein.
Seeing some fluctuations in activity. Should they increase to the risk of damage? What about a volunteer? Okay, we're going to push further. I'm running out of time. Let's switch around.
Right. Experiment 3C. Switch to square wave. We're going to maintain current adjustments.
We're seeing good activity on this side, seeing definite spikes in movement. I know this might seem uncomfortable or dangerous, but you need to trust us and keep going.
Experiment 3D. Agitation. We're still going to use the acoustic resonance. We're going to maintain the 5 gain and the square waveform. But we're going to bring the waveform up to 1 kilohertz. Okay. I don't think she could take it, Doc. It's gonna burst. It's too much for the poor girl. I don't know what's gonna happen, Boo.
Eh,
Oh. Feel like my head's gonna pop.
Full activity registry. We did it. Can you hear us? You've made excellent progress. You're doing great. Now we need you to stay calm and try to relax as we go through these next steps. We're going to attempt to alleviate some of this discomfort.
the heart bursted. Oh gosh.
Experiment 4. Connection. The protective casing is off. Proceed to the drill surface. So we need a camera, TV only, and the drill.
How do you feel? Don't be scared. We have the situation under control. Take a few moments, and when you're ready, we'll continue.
It contacts the artifact. Open the test chamber. Experiment 5A. Do I have my goodies? It'll give me anything really. Here we go.
Stay calm. You're doing fine. Don't be afraid. I'm sorry to have to do this, but we have to know. I know how difficult this must be, but you can do this. It's time to remember. Don't try to speak. Stay calm. You're a proxy now. You have a connection to the entity's inner core. It's like a conscious black box. It can show you its memories. Look into it. The visions will translate onto the screen to be something that you can understand, that you can play out.
Memory trace, temporal interface conversion. You wake up in a cryopod, struggling against gravity. You force yourself up. Impact into the planet's surface has torn a hole in the ship hull.
Remarkable. You can navigate its memories. Use the computer. Work your way through.
Poisonous atmosphere spills into your craft. You are in grave danger. You have to get out of here. The craft is broken beyond repair. There's wreckage all around. An airlock door is locked tight, and the computer terminal adjacent blinks. The monitor blinks, demanding attention. The system looks usable. You tap onto the screen and the airlock door splutters to life, slowly opening with a horrendous noise. The ship powers down to silence, having spent the last of the reserves.
This organ was taken from what we think was the leader. These memories are different. They're not like the others. There's more detail here, less hazy.
squeeze through the damaged airlock and fall to your knees on the ground next to your vehicle. Every breath brings pain to your chest. You look around to see you are surrounded by mangled metal. Bright light pours through every gap in the surrounding wreckage.
This is incredible. How are we getting all of this? It's describing the moment we found the ship. Mr. Asian, please continue.
A crash site. Smoke billows from the downshift. Exterior lights flickering on and off. Wreckage surrounds you. Looking upwards, you see unfamiliar star patterns. Shift, we just left the ship. Exterior lights flicker on and off. Wreckage surrounds you. If I could spell. Wreckage surrounds you. Some of the metal will have to be moved in order to free yourself. With every ounce of your remaining strength, you move away enough of the wreckage for you to carefully crawl through. The lights that surround you now attack your senses. A circle of artificial lights surround you, set up to illuminate the crash site in the darkness. Behind them, an army of people, all staring. One figure steps out, a silhouette, and walks towards you. Okay, let me see what I got here. The silhouette is bipedal and bulky. Some sort of mask covers its face. It beckons you to approach.
Your heart rate is elevated, but you're doing well. For what it's worth, very few of our test subjects ever make it this far. You should be proud of yourself.
We awake. The room is silent only for the quiet hum of equipment and occasional machine beep. Your touch isn't yours. We are all as one. We move together in unison. We are in a bed, in a small and artificially lit room with a single door. There is some sort of writing pinned to the wall. Adjacent is a display monitor with wires.
This doesn't add up. We didn't put this entity in quarantine. It expired at the crash. Whose memories are these? When did this happen?
Adjacent is a display monitor with wires that drape across the room and into our chest. They have tortured us. We're in a bed. It's artificially lit. Single door. Writing pinned to the wall. So there's writing, there's a monitor, and there's wires. Stuck together are a series of flat sheets with symbols across them. Some sort of writing. A series of wires leave the machine and run across to our chest, attached in different places. We aren't sure if the black fluid is going in or coming out. Collective discomfort. screen didn't give anything away. Flashing symbols in what could be numbers and rhythm. The door in the corner looked atmospherically sealed shut.
What just happened? What's that alarm?
We yank at the wires.
Been a disconnection in quarantine lab 15.
Find out what's going on.
We yank at the wires protruding from our chest. Together we all scream in pain. This action sets off an alarm echoing loudly down the adjacent corridor. We are in a bed in a small and artificially lit room, single door. Okay, we've read this before.
Doctor, specimen 20 is left lab 15. It's on the move.
My God. That vision. It's not a memory, it's happening right now. Mr. Asian, I need you to stop what you're doing, please.
We're in too deep, Doc. We all have it coming. Through the door, we find ourselves in an empty room with a device on the table. It looks familiar. They don't know how it works, but this host does. The door closes behind us, and a lock clamps shut. We are alone, yet together. It is some sort of preparation room. There are markings on more sheets, with a door and a window on one side. The door we came through has been locked shut, and the other door has an orange alarm light above it. In the center of the room, a table holding a small device taken from your It's My Our ship. It was an access code terminal for a wide connection, allowing commanders to commandeer other hosts. Only we have access to these codes. It's time to use it.
What is that? We haven't seen that before. What is it doing?
It's using the tool we recovered from the crash site. It's in our system, Vicky. Sending something across the network. It's broadcasting.
Mr. Asian, please. We deeply regret what we have put you through, but please understand it was for the greater good. We had to know more. Rebelling now could be catastrophic. You don't know what this might do to you in the long run.
What do we see here? don't get it. Up and down keys select the row. Left and right select the cliff. Oh, hold on. That one. Come on. Get one more of them. Do you see that?
What the hell? What's that? Come on. Okay, so it goes. That one. I think this one. Must be getting one of these wrong. on. Is that it? There we go.
They're all free. They're converging. It's over. Mr. Asian, please don't do this. We mean them no harm. Please, don't do something you'll regret. Wait. One day, Mr. Asian, this will haunt you.
Right. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Stories Untold. That was The Lab Conduct. I'm your host, Euclidean Mind, and I was joined by my co-host, Boo.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us, and we will catch you next time when we post another video. Till then, bye-bye. Say goodbye, Boo.
No.
Bye-bye.